Well, Pippa Jacks is the editor of the Travel Trade Gazette magazine and can tell us more about it. Morning to you, Pippa.
Morning.
It's always good to hear visitor numbers are up at places like this. What's the picture overall, would you say?
Yeah, it's really exciting to hear all of those attractions had such a great year last year. And actually, in terms of tourism more widely, it wasn't a barnstorming year in 2018. So domestic tourism, that's us UK residents going on holiday in the UK, was down a little bit, and also international tourism into the UK was down a little bit. So I think what's probably happening here is actually UK residents reconnecting with their own local culture and art and history, and taking more time to visit their local attractions, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and that's why those travelling exhibitions obviously do well, because then people who can't get to London can then see them at their local museums.
Yeah, and it's all about giving people a reason to go back again. So they might have been to the museums in Liverpool previously 5 years ago, but this is a great reason to come back and see the terracotta warriors. So it's fresh reasons to go.
It's a hard one to say, that, isn't it? I know, I've been practising this morning. And also what's always interesting is the fact that it's the top 10 are always London. And is there any way of beating that? Is there any way of those places outside getting more visitors?
It is really tricky, and so many of those big attractions in London are free as well. So a place like the Tate Modern, just amazing that you can go there for free, apart from some of the special exhibitions. But we have seen in the last few years the government is trying to support projects outside London. There's this Discover England Fund, which is about investing in coastal tourism and smaller towns and cities to try and get international arrivals to spread out a little bit more. And what we've seen happen in Dundee, for example, is really, really exciting. They have the V&A Museum now, which just opened in September, and then around that hotels have been opening as well, and developing a whole new kind of tourist mini hub, really, which is really, really exciting.
Yeah, because that's a real boost for lots of businesses, isn't it, when it comes to an area. What about internationally then? Because obviously we mentioned this is lots of people visiting their local centres, and obviously people still going to London who live in the UK. What about people coming into the country? Have we still got a lot of that going on?
Yeah, international tourism is still huge for the UK. It makes a huge contribution to our economy, and it's still going phenomenally well. Because of long-haul airlift being quite London-centric, a lot of international arrivals do come into London, so there is constant sort of energy to try and get them outside of London, fly into different cities instead. You can now fly direct from Manchester to China, for example. That's really exciting because it brings Chinese visitors into a different hub. So there's definitely work going on there, but it could do with being better to spread international visitors out a bit more.
Yeah. Interesting. Pippa, thank you very much for coming in to talk to us about it. That's it for me for now.
Very interesting that question, as you say, about London.